Hello guys, how are you today and welcome to another video. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say, but happy Saba Saba day to you Kenyans. And this is a day of reminder, that your parents, your grandparents fought for multi-party system in Kenya. And this is your time, and another thing has happened where you have to now fight for your own future. So I stand with you. I salute you. um how are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank those of you that leave comments on my channel. I do really take my time to respond to each and every comment because it's very important that I engage. And through this communication, through this communications I have with you guys, I get to understand you more. I get to understand what you are going through. Another thing is I make comments here, and sometimes I'm wrong, but in the comment sections you guys correct me. Okay, do not be intimidated by anything. Okay, feel free to correct me. I'm just a human, just like anybody else. I'm not perfect, so if I make a mistake or I say some things incorrectly, just leave a comment. Nobody is angry, nobody is mad. Now, today, let today mark be the future, the better future of Kenya starts this season, this month, or for however long this protest has been. The future of Kenya and African countries. Okay, today I'm not gonna dwell on Kenya alone. I want to talk about other African countries, including Nigeria. I've read recently that the youths of other African countries are awake. They have seen the possibility that with pressure on their government, changes can be made. Changes can be made. Now, I don't know if the Gen Z of Kenya will succeed in pushing William Ruto out, but the way it seems, he may not survive it. He may not survive it. But I don't know how it's gonna go. To be honest with you, you guys know better. So I'll leave it. The decision, whatever happens from now on, I'll leave it to you guys. It is your fight. I'm just an observer. Now, the Gen Zs today are marking the Saba Saba Day. The Gen Zs have made demands. I'm gonna play some audio here for you. I don't know if it's okay. I don't know because of copyright reasons I cannot show the video, but I can play audio of KTV, KTN. I'm sorry, KTN Kenya that I was listening to earlier, and then I'm gonna give a little bit of my analysis. Now, Gen Zs have made demands, okay, and actually, it's not even Gen Zs alone. Gen Zs are millennials. Millennials are parents, grandparents, uncles of Gen Zs who fought in the 90s to give you multi-party system that you have now. I understand in the process too, your current president was used to work under President Arab Moi. Now, another thing the Gen Z of Kenya are asking for, they're asking that they want to, from today, this day, they want to name, shame, and expose, and even share images of corrupt officials. Now, this process now is going to put further because sometimes you hear that there's corruption in this department, there's corruption in this ministry, and nobody is singled out. They mention the whole ministry. Nobody is singled out, but the youths have identified people to name them. It never happens. It never happens in Africa. These things I'm talking about, it never happens in Africa. It happens in Europe. It happens in Europe. it's very hard for you to hear an African politician resign. Even some of them have been caught red-handed in corruption, deep in corruption. They don't resign. And I thank the youths of Kenya, the Gen Z especially of Kenya. They have now inspired other Gen Zs around the continent. I was watching videos earlier. I was listening to what do you call it? The radio stations from Ghana, from Nigeria. I was listening to what do you call this other place? The Southwest Province radio station in Southwest Province of Cameroon. This thing that you guys are doing, Kenyans, it is remarkable. I repeat, it is remarkable, because if you look at all of these things, this is like the root of this thing is IMF, foreign loans. They are willing to give you these loans, but you have to adjust your economy based on the terms they define for you. In Nigeria, we had a flourishing economy in the 90s in the 80s, before the 80s actually. So early 80s, I think it was 82 or 83. They now forced the Nigerian government to introduce structural adjustment program. Since then, our economy has never ever recovered since then. So I can tell you from experience what the effect of all this borrowing foreign loan has done to our African countries. Now, if Kenyans succeed in pushing, they will succeed. If Kenyans succeed in pushing President Ruto out of office, other African countries now, will now have to look at loans, foreign loans, okay? Because like I said, they are willing to give you these loans and you pay back with interest. Right now, Nigeria has billions of foreign debt. We are not even paying a dime. What we are paying, we are servicing that. We are paying for service charges for those loans. Okay, for those loans. What happens? They'll now go to China and borrow to come and it's amazing. They will now go to China to borrow to come and service the loan. Guys, we have gold, we have timber, we have every mineral resources that God has blessed Africa with. We have it in different regions of Nigeria. But Nigerian government abandoned everything and focused on oil. That oil right now is not doing anything. We have refineries in northern Nigeria, in other parts of Nigeria. None is working. Now, Dangote, most of you Kenyans should know Dangote is, like they say, is the richest guy in Africa. Okay, he just built a new refinery in Lagos. Could you just reason this with me? Dangote is complaining that he does not have oil. Dangote is buying oil, is getting oil from outside of the country to refine in the refinery he just built. Due to corruption, they are not giving him. There's not even oil in the largest oil producing country in Africa. We don't have enough oil to give a local refinery to refine. But they are happy. The cabal, the criminal, they are happy to take this little oil we have, take it abroad, go refine it, and then buy it back and sell to the people. Kenyans, Africans are observing. The Gen Zs of other African countries are observing what you are doing. They are following. What do I do? Hold on, guys. And we are all praying for your success. We are all praying that you win and succeed. Okay. Now, let me play some audio from KTN News, and then I'm gonna, make a little bit of comment after that. Listen.
Sunday, July 7th, 2024 may mark the climax of the ongoing anti-government protests as Gen Zs team up with millennials, some churches and other activists to fight against President William Ruto and his administration's alleged corruption and impunity.
Ruto mas, sio Kalonzo anasema hiyo, ni Kenya nzima. Mimi nipata fursa ya kwenda kwa City Mortuary, kwa Kenyatta National Mortuary, na nikaona vile vijana wengine hata bongo zao zimelupuliwa kama by nuclear bomb katika nchi ambayo inaita nchi ya demokrasia.
In graphical posters going around, the protesters are threatening to name, shame, and expose the images of corrupt public officials during the demos.
That is what I was saying earlier. They are going to name, shame, and even share images of these corrupt officials. Guys, what is happening in Kenya, I repeat, does not happen in any other African country. So if other African countries are not saluting the Gen Z of Kenya, I personally am saluting you. Okay, I'm saluting you because you have managed to do what others wish they could do. You have energized the youths of African countries. So from now on, I don't know how far we'll go, but I think it's not going to be business as usual in other African countries. Let's continue.
To avoid infiltration by goons and more police brutality, the generators of the posters have refused to give more details of the planned protests. In an online campaign that led to the president's engagement with Gen Z agitators on X Spaces, more pressure is mounting on him to fire government bureaucrats, including members of Ruto's cabinet, especially those with questions about their integrity. There have been concerns that individuals close to power have become overnight multimillionaires, openly displaying opulence while the masses continue to suffer.
You see, they are openly displaying the wealth. In Nigeria and other African countries, there are politicians who don't have a job, they don't have a business, they don't have anything. Their source of living, their source of existence is being in politics, being in government. Okay, you are not supposed to be rich working for the government. You are working for the people. You are not supposed to be rich, but African politicians go there and get super rich and flaunt their wealth. Like in Nigeria, you can't even get to them. You can't even near them. They want to travel from their house 1 mile down the road. They have a security car in front, security car at the back, and then a police officer in front, police officer in the back, and police officer inside the car that they have. A country of 230 million people will have less than 100,000 police officers. How are you supposed to survive that way? And it's not only in Nigeria now, it happens in other African countries, okay, where these people have taken power. I don't even know what to say, but they have abused the power, the responsibility that the citizens gave them. Go there and represent us, go there and make this country function, but they go there and enrich themselves. And some African countries have kept quiet, refused. Now Kenya is showing you that you can actually demand, you can actually fight, you can actually force your politician to get out of there. Let's continue.
The Gen Z protesters are also planning to honor those who, like the late Rex Masai, have lost their lives to fight for a better Kenya.
Tuko hapa tutangaza na
tuseme ya kwamba we are not just coming here to burial, we are coming here for a new beginning in the nation of Kenya and in the land of Kenya.
Additionally, the protesters want Ruto to, among other steps, drop the Chief Administrative Secretary position and change Kenya Kwanza's leadership in the National Assembly.
Do not.
It's as simple as that. They have made their demand. They have told you who they want. Okay, I don't know why the president is still stubborn up till now. They have made this demand earlier. You should now say, okay, if I want this country to be in peace, if I want this country to move forward, I'm gonna go ahead and fire these people. But he's still maintaining that hardline position. You know why? Because he will be viewed as being weak if he starts firing people, and if he does that, you know that the pressure is going to mount on him himself to go. So that's why he's just keeping quiet. But on this Saba Saba day, I want to you know, however you're celebrating this day, I want to be in support. I want to, you know, say I wish you well. I wish you more strength as you fight the injustices, and I pray that you come out successful, so that those of us in other African countries will now have a blueprint to work on. Okay, thank you guys so much, and happy Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.